Oi, you there! I've got a bloody question for you, and I want you to be straight up, no pussyfooting around. So here's the deal. Are you a boy, or are you a fucking man? Take a minute, let it simmer in your noggin. Maybe go for a nice evening stroll and really let that question seep into the darkest corners of your brain. Cause this video, mate, is gonna be a game changer. In this bonkers world we're living in, there are some real kick-in-the-bollocks truths about what it takes to be a proper man. And it ain't got a bugger all to do with how long you've been on this spinning rock. Transitioning from boy to man ain't no walk in the park. In the world we're in now, it makes it even harder. It's tough as nails, but you lot have got to be tougher than all the shite the modern world throws at you. You know the saying, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Well, I'm gonna teach you wankers how to make a bloody cuppa out of those lemons. Maybe modern society's filled your head with bollocks about being a man-child, or some twinge in the back of your skull says a man should be all soft and squishy. Well, it's time to grab those thoughts by the bollocks and chuck them in the fucking ocean. Picture this. From the moment you get popped into this world, you've had all sorts of tossers telling you that men should embrace their feminine side, and that masculinity is toxic as hell. They've said your manly traits are a problem. Maybe you've had female teachers or grew up with a bunch of sisters, so not acting like a lady feels odd, and you start to feel guilty about it. So you cave in and join the rest of the lads out there, starting to act like a bloody tart. Let's say you're the type of bloke who thrives on a bit of competition and likes working for whatever it is you want in this crazy thing called life. But give it a go, and you're ridiculed, laughed at, and left feeling like shite. Well, it's about bloody time to squash those traits that are strangling your manly instincts and choices before they grab you by the neck and snuff you out. If you've been suppressing your natural masculinity and ballsiness, reversing that nonsense ain't gonna be a walk in the park, mate. But we're gonna do it anyway and undo all the shite that needs undoing. Now, let's say you're the kind of fella who doesn't buy into all the bollocks and lives life without giving a rat's ass what anyone else thinks. That still isn't gonna make you a man. For the ladies, it's just about growing up, getting mature physically and mentally, but it ain't the same bloody dance for us blokes. As a man, you've got a slew of tests to pass: financial, emotional, psychological, and all sorts of other bollocks along the way. Fail in any aspects of your life, and women and society in general will treat you like rubbish. You'll be seen as a man with no value, a low-tier bloke. A woman can look good, have a nice figure, smell like roses, and the whole world will treat her like royalty. But for a man, it's a different story. You might have the six-pack and chiseled looks, but if you ain't got nothing else to bring to the table, you're done for. The silver lining, though, is that no matter where you are in life, you can still become a high-value man and shape your own reality. Just like Thanos said, reality can be whatever you bloody want. Take a gander at those high-value men you admire. What sets them apart? It's the ability to get their brains working, solve problems, face life's hardships head-on, and lead without buckling under pressure. And the cherry on top of all this crap I just laid out for you, age ain't got bugger all to do with it. So what turns boys into men, you ask? 1. Responsibility. Now there's a concept. Loads of wankers out there can't take responsibility for a bloody thing in their lives. They squander precious time on all sorts of rubbish they don't even need. Some of them can park their asses in one spot and do bugger all for hours on end. And when they finally haul themselves out of their lazy cocoon, they start pointing their fingers at everyone else for their problems. Well, newsflash, mate, it's your own bloody fault, and far too many people are pulling this stunt. Real men, they get the concept of taking ownership of every aspect of their lives. And no, I ain't talking about the stuff you nabbed from the supermarket the other day. I'm talking about your life, mate. Even if some wanker takes a piss on you and kicks you in the bollocks, you've still gotta own it. Let's paint a pretty picture for you lot. Imagine you're dating this stunner, but you keep seeing red flags left and right. But blinded by her peachy bum, you carry on regardless. If your emotions take a hit, well, that's on you, mate. Most of the times, we're not victims of our circumstances, but of our own emotions. Take charge of your life and your problems, and you'll find things getting a smidge easier as time ticks away. This life's yours after all, so make the bloody most of it. 2. Doing instead of talking. Now this is a sad, sorry state of affairs that really gets my goat, cause too many blokes fall into this bloody category. And no, I ain't talking about doing things rather than boasting about them. I mean the exact opposite, you numpties. We all know that one mate or bloke who never shuts up about all the great things they've done. And it's bloody annoying, innit? The worst part is, these gobby wankers might be all talk and not a lick of action. They yap on and on about their so-called accomplishments, just to reel in for the ladies. But trust me, that ain't gonna cut it. Actions speak louder than words, and learning when to zip it up is a damn sight better than spilling your guts about something that ain't even happened yet. So next time, instead of bragging your ass off to impress a bunch of nobodies who couldn't care less about you or your so-called progress, just get on with it and let life sort out the rest. 3. Put down the blatant controller in lotion, mate. Now, this one might ruffle a few feathers, but someone's gotta say it, and that someone's me. Quit the bloody video games, and most importantly, stop wanking like a sad, lonely tosser. Sure, video games are fun and whisk you away to a fantastical world where you can be whoever you want, especially in those open world games. But listen up, if you ain't racking in the dough from gaming, it's time to cut back or quit altogether. So what makes video games so addictive, eh? Well, aside from being designed to prey on your deepest desires, they're all about challenge, conquest, and competition. The main draw is controlling a character and living out their adventures. Though not all games are like that, mind you. But let's be real, all those missions and achievements are just a steaming pile of bollocks. If you let video games take over your life, you're in for a world of hurt. Now, on to the matter of beating the bishop. You're telling me you're gonna get up in the morning, go about your day, then grab the sad bottle of lotion by your bed just to spill your seed watching a bunch of people shagging on the internet, only to feel like a complete mess afterward? No, that ain't the way. If that's your routine, you're still a boy, and you're miles away from being a proper man. Real men find ways to satisfy their needs, but you'll never catch them wasting lotion on their old chap. Be stronger, be better, and take it from someone who ain't a doctor, but knows a thing or two. If you keep it up, your Todger might have trouble standing at attention. 4. Keep your bloody emotions on a leash, mate. Here's another problem plaguing all the lads pretending to be men. They can't keep their bloody emotions in check, and it's become a real issue in today's world. Simple phrases like, "I don't feel like doing it," have obliterated careers and buggered up countless futures. All because some bloke decided to kick back and munch on some crisps. No offense to crisps, of course. While a boy might do something just cause it makes him feel cozy, a real man does what he's gotta do, regardless of his feelings. He ain't got the luxury of choosing between a soft cushion of comfort and a life-changing decision. He'll choose the decision like any clever lad would. Let's use an example, shall we? Imagine a lad getting bullied at school. He's had enough, so he starts hitting the gym and pumping iron. He gets stronger and bigger, looking more intimidating to the bullies. Now, you might not agree, but this guy choosing not to grab a gun and shoot the bullies is actually a prime example of emotional control. So, to all you boys morphing into men and aspiring to be alpha males of YouTube, follow these steps, and life just might take a lovely turn for the better. Now be a responsible lad and smash the subscribe button, will ya? And be sure to watch this video. We're only just getting warmed up.